The Colts were playing so well. 235 yards for Peyton Manning would have to do the Colts top our power rankings. What's going on? I'm Lauren Shehadi. Pete Prisco, our NFL columnist, joining us now. Pete, Manning, 23 for 34, 235 yards. The defense got going. Is it any surprise they're 6-0?
You know, he had a streak of 300-yard passing games broken because the Colts were so good on the road against the Rams. The game wasn't close. He couldn't throw the football, but that's a good football team. And to see a guy like Jacob Lacey, an undrafted free agent, get an interception return for a touchdown tells you about how Bill Polian has built that roster. That's a very good football team.
The Colts 6-0 for the fourth time in 5 seasons. I was at the Miami Saints game. Miami was running all over them, but the Saints engineering a comeback like that, Pete, doesn't it say something about that team?
Yeah, it does. You know, if you're a good team, you come back from that. If you're a bad team, you wilt in the heat and go home. And the Saints found a way to come back. That tells you they're a very good football team. With that offense, they're never out of games. Drew Brees is putting up phenomenal numbers, and obviously the defense made some big plays as well. So that's a good football team too.
Minnesota, are they a good football team? They are at 4. They suffered their first loss. I remember talking to you preseason, Pete. You said that stretch of schedule. Let's see how they do when they hit that tough stretch of schedule. Even Brett Favre said post-game, I'm really worried. You know, when I looked at this schedule, I'm not sure about these couple teams. They have another big test this weekend.
Yeah, well, he goes home to Green Bay. It's the return of Brett Favre. You get enough of that all week? I mean, my gosh, it's going to be sickening. But look, they went in there and they played a pretty good football game. And in the end, Favre was the guy who made the mistakes. And a lot of people will give him a free pass, but I never do. He had a fumble come out that was returned for a touchdown because he held the ball too long. He tried to squeeze a screen pass in. Even though it hit the hands of Chester Taylor, he tried to squeeze that in, and that ended up being a game-winning interception or game-clinching interception for the Steelers. The Vikings played a good football game. They made some mistakes. They made some coaching decision mistakes. That'll be interesting to see if they can bounce back. 2 straight road games is tough. Going to Green Bay.
It will be a big test for both of them. New England didn't want to test. They needed kind of a gimme. The Titans and the Bucs kind of gave it to them, didn't they?
Yeah, there's nothing like the Titans and the Bucs in successive weeks to cure what ails you. And you looked at what the Patriots did a couple weeks ago at Denver. They just didn't look right. But the Titans come in, they look good. In the snow, they go to England, look very good against the Bucs. So I think the Patriots are getting it going.
So before I let you go, Pete, at number 6, the Cincinnati Bengals, Carson Palmer, Cedric Benson heading in the right direction.
Yeah, the passing game came alive last week. You saw Carson Palmer throw 5 touchdown passes. You saw Chad Ochocinco make some big plays. I think as that passing game gets better, the Bengals will get better. We really hadn't seen it so far. They do have explosive players in that passing game.
The Bengals now 5-2 for the first time since 2005. Next week, your power rankings could change. Join us then.